Have you ever wondered if the invisible stealth fighters flying above enemy territory are truly invisible? For years, we've been told that stealth technology makes jets vanish from radar screens, slipping past defenses like ghosts in the sky. But what if that invisibility is not absolute? What if somewhere far beyond the horizon, a radar operator is quietly tracking every move of that so-called invisible aircraft? This is the story of anti-stealth radar technology, the invisible, killer of the invisible jet. The battle between stealth and radar is a game of cat and mouse that began decades ago. Stealth aircraft like the F-22 Raptor, F-35 Lightning II, and B-2 Spirit rely on reducing their radar cross-section. This means designing them so that when radar waves hit, they scatter away instead of bouncing back to the receiver. Their edges are angled, their surfaces coated in radar-absorbing material, and their heat signatures minimized. The result is an aircraft that appears smaller than a bird on enemy radar. But here's the uncomfortable truth: no matter how advanced a stealth plane is completely undetectable. Anti-stealth radar technology is built around finding the weaknesses in stealth. One of its most powerful weapons is low-frequency radar. Most traditional air defense radars operate in high-frequency bands like X-band or Q-band, which stealth jets are optimized to evade. But low-frequency radar, using VHF or UHF waves, works differently. These longer waves don't care much about the fancy angles and smooth surfaces. Instead, they wrap around the aircraft, making it harder for stealth geometry to hide it. The signal that comes back might be faint, but it's enough to raise the alarm. The problem with low-frequency radar is accuracy. It can tell you something's out there, but not precisely where. To solve this, modern anti-stealth systems use a combination of sensors. The low-frequency radar detects the stealth jet at long range, then passes the information to high frequency. Targeting radars or infrared tracking systems for a precise lock, this multi-layered approach turns a vague radar return into a missile-ready target. One of the leading developments in this area comes from Russia's Nebo-M radar system. It uses multiple radar bands working together, with a VHF array to spot stealth aircraft at extreme range and an L-band or X-band radar to track them accurately. China has been investing heavily in similar systems, claiming that their JY-27A radar can see stealth fighters over 500 kilometers away. Even smaller countries are buying into this technology, understanding that defeating stealth is cheaper than building it. But anti-stealth detection doesn't stop with radar. Infrared search and track, or IRST, is another powerful tool. Instead of relying on radar waves, it looks for the heat signature of an aircraft. Every engine emits heat, and even with cooling systems, stealth jets still glow in the infrared spectrum. Advanced IRST systems can detect these heat plumes at long range without alerting the target, since they are passive and don't emit any signal. This means a stealth pilot could be tracked without even knowing it. There's also passive radar, lesser known but deadly method. Instead of sending out its own signal, passive radar listens for disturbances in the radio waves already in the air, like those from TV stations or communication networks. A stealth jet passing through these fields can cause tiny shifts that sophisticated computers can detect and use to track it. It's because it emits nothing. Passive radar is undetectable by the target. Anti-stealth technology is not just about seeing the aircraft. It's about integrating detection into a fast, coordinated kill chain. Once a stealth plane is detected, ground-based missile systems or fighter interceptors must act quickly. The window of opportunity might be small, but modern air defense systems like the Russian S-400 or China's HQ-9 have the speed and reach to capitalize on even brief radar locks. The race between stealth and anti-stealth is pushing military technology into new territory. Future radars are moving toward quantum radar technology, which uses entangled photons to detect objects in a way that stealth coatings can't absorb or scatter. If perfected, quantum radar could end the era of stealth as we know it, making every aircraft visible, no matter how advanced its design. This is why stealth aircraft designers are constantly adapting. Newer stealth concepts involve active electronic countermeasures, such as generating radar noise, altering signatures mid-flight, or even using plasma fields to absorb radar energy. The battle is not static. It's an evolving arms race where Every advantage is temporary. In real-world conflicts, anti-stealth radar has already shown signs of effectiveness. In 1999, during the NATO bombing of Yugoslavia, a US F-117 Nighthawk, considered invisible at the time, was shot down by a surface-to-air missile. The Yugoslav military reportedly used a combination of low-frequency radar and clever tactics. To track the aircraft, this incident proved that stealth could be countered, and it sent shockwaves through military circles. Today, the skies are far more dangerous for stealth pilots than they were 2 decades ago. Nations have learned, invested, and deployed anti-stealth systems capable of covering vast areas. The idea of flying into enemy territory with complete immunity is becoming less realistic. Instead, stealth is now just one layer of survivability, relying heavily on tactics, speed, and electronic warfare to survive. The future of air combat may depend less on hiding and more on confusing the enemy. Anti-stealth radars may see the aircraft, but if the data they receive is jammed, scrambled, or flooded with decoys, the chance of a hit decreases. This is why modern fighter jets like the F-35 are not just stealth machines, they are electronic warfare platforms capable of blinding enemy radars, even if they are detected. Still, the psychological edge of detecting a stealth jet is massive. For air defense crews, spotting the supposedly invisible means they've cracked the enemy's greatest weapon. For the pilot, it means the mission just became far more dangerous. One wrong maneuver, one delayed reaction, and a missile could be on its way. So the question remains, is stealth doomed? Not exactly. Stealth will remain vital because it still reduces detection range and buys valuable time. But anti-stealth radar technology ensures that invisibility is never guaranteed. The cat has learned new tricks. The mouse is running out of places to hide. Some experts believe the future will not be about one side winning, but about constant adaptation. Stealth will evolve, anti-stealth will respond, and the cycle will continue. In this endless game, there will never be a final victory, only temporary advantages. And in modern warfare, those advantages can mean the difference between total mission success and devastating loss. The next time you hear about a stealth jet slicing silently through the sky, remember somewhere on a distant radar screen, a faint echo might be appearing. May not look like much, just a tiny blip among thousands. But to the right operator, using the right technology, that blip could be the beginning of the end for the invisible jet.